what's going on. It may not look like it, but I'm about 5 minutes away from making a weapon that could potentially feed me. Stay tuned, I'll tell you more. So you wouldn't tell it by looking at me, but I have tools on me right now that if I were ever in a situation, I could produce a weapon to potentially feed myself. It's excellent for small game, and it's a simple slingshot. And what I like about having this skill set is I can carry these bands on me at all times. I'll show you how I do that, but I can produce a slingshot fairly quickly, probably within 5 minutes if the resources are around. But I got tools in my actual belt, and one of the things I do like to carry are slingshot bands, but not just any old bands. I don't want to have to, carry ammo and think about all these other things, but what I have in my belt are these rock chucker bands from Simple Shot. So one of the reasons I'm making this video is to let you know about these bands, because when it comes to using improvised ammo, there's definitely better options out there like this. This is what they're specifically designed for, and that way I don't have to worry about carrying it. If a situation presents itself where this comes in handy, I'd be using rocks, which these bands are specifically designed for. This is how they come. I store them in my belt like that, my little way of doing it, but it comes in this nice bag. It's a rock chucker, Linatex, 5/8 straight, and comes with the directions, everything you need. I'm not connected to Simple Shot in any kind of way. I just really like some of their products and just wanted to share it with you. But yeah, they got all the directions here, and what we're going to do is do this, whip up a slingshot real quick and do some shooting. We got our bands ready to go. All we got to do now is find a fork, and it's pretty simple. We're looking for something that's about thumb width as far as thickness goes and 3 fingers wide in the fork. So let's take a quick walk, see what we can find, and cut us a piece. Okay, so we took a couple minutes, harvested a fork, and now we just got to trim it up to size. But as you can see, it's about thumb thick, and I got at least 3 fingers apart, almost 4 depending on where I want to cut it, which is good. Alright, so what I like to do, because I'm a side aimer, I like it versus this, feels more natural to me, is cut this straight so that I can tell when it's 9. It gives me like another visual reference. Right, so about where it's 3 fingers, where it's comfortable, right here, I'm going to cut my straight cuts. You can do this with a knife, obviously a saw makes it quicker. So you can see I got a nice straight cut right here. I kind of held it in my hands, got rid of the excess, and I'm just going to carve this up. Take any of the knots off that I can and clean this up. So we got our slingshot all cleaned up, nice and smooth, no edges that are gonna poke our bands. So I've determined that this is gonna be the front of my slingshot, and we just got to make sure we do this nice and even. So on the front here, I'm gonna go about 2 finger widths, and it comes with these little black rubber bands. You can use anything rubber to secure these, but this is what the kit comes with. And so all we do is we start wrapping, and we want this wrap to wrap on itself. And don't be afraid to give it some heat, stretch it out, get it nice and tight. Once we're nearing the end of our tie down piece, we're going to wrap around the thumb once or twice. Go twice this time. Take your tail. So we got our 2 wraps. We got our 2 wraps on our thumb. Take the tail, put it underneath your thumb, and kind of use your thumb as like a lever to get that piece under there. So we got one band secured. Now we just got to repeat the process on the other side. I'll give you a first person point of view. Okay, for this second band, we want to make sure, you know, our length is good. I like to check the pouch and make sure I got even tension. So once we know that's good, same process as before. Just gonna lay this down on top, start wrapping over, nice and tight. And once we're coming towards the end here, I'm going to give a wrap or two around my thumb. It's like that. Put this under my thumb and slide it off the top of my thumb. Alright, that's it. Once we get both those tied on, we're ready to start shooting. Now this is an over the top slingshot. The bands have to go over the top. If you're ever pulling it like this, you're asking for trouble. But let's see what we can hit. Let's do some shooting. Well, that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Something to think about. I like to carry these on me, and they're designed for improvised ammo, and as you can see, still pretty accurate. It's certainly enough to put something in the pot, which is a good thing to be able to do. If you like cool tips like this, stay tuned for more. Check out our website at americansurvivalco.com. Come train with us.